Hello, Dues and Duettes, Brudas and Brudettes of all kinds. I'm JesterArtsDJ, and over here we've got
0 Point Insanity.
And together we are Dues Brothers Entertainment Live. So, we live once again here. I'm so consistent right now, huh? Well, it is timed after all.
Yeah.
So here we are, final day of closed beta. We're going to get in some more matches here at the very end, see if we can get everything going. Get as much out of it as we can prior to the end. Let's see how things go. Things have been getting a lot more competitive lately. I'm hoping we don't see another gun smoke incident, you know.
Yeah.
I know we've been giving that guy a lot of flack, but you know, it seems like we had one of them yesterday and one the day prior. So, yeah, definitely Activision, find a way to boot people who are unactive in a match, you know, and just swap them in with
seriously.
bots. That would be one of the big points, I'd say. But aside from that, it's been a fun experience. Ooh, did it go down, my boys?
What's going on?
Put me in system errors. I thought it was up just a few moments ago. Put it in system, please.
Okay. 1 second, guys. So sorry about this.
Yeah, it looked like we had it active before, but we might have missed it, huh? Let me see something. I'm check my side.
Alright, you're good. I'll be right back, guys. So sorry for this. Just checking everything, see what's going on with the connection.
Let's close this out here, see how it looks. That looked like it could be it.
Wait, you think that's it?
I think so. Let me just double check right here, make sure one thing is going correctly.
Like, you don't think they're doing it anymore?
Yeah, we should have jumped on this earlier. It looked like they closed for now. It looked like they might have finished up.
Oh.
Even that seems like it.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Bruda.
Your mama was just not. I'm joking. I'm joking. Anyway, it looks like they may have closed down servers at this point. They was going earlier. My bad. I should have jumped in earlier. I did not know everyone. Anyways, before we go ahead and jump out for now, since there really ain't a point, I guess we could go over some of the other matches and just look at the gameplay footage. I think it'd be a good time more than ever to give like a review and maybe check out some recorded footage from before that I may have saved. Let me see if I can find it. That way it's not just lame, just me talking, you know?
Yeah.
You can have some of the footage playing in the back, hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, I've got some stuff on here, some earlier footage here.
I can't believe they closed it already.
Yeah, kind of early, I thought.
Yeah. Are you sure?
It looks like he's not there. I've checked the internet. We look like we're in good shape. And you're on the computer, you're on the phones. Everything looks fine. We got streaming going right now. It can't be bandwidth either because we've run more devices than this. It's been okay. So we're pretty solid right now. Seems so. And the connection speeds are pretty decent on the actual console when you run the tests. So I mean, I think they might have actually finished it. Okay, so cool. We're gonna cool. We'll just run through some of the gameplay footage that we have here. You go ahead and switch us back over. We'll talk about some of the stuff we've seen, what we think as far as the gameplay goes, maybe kind of a review, so to speak. Throw us back into gameplay. I'll be playing a video and like rewind and fast forward. And that way there's some footage here we can look at too.
Oh, you know what? You put it in cutscene.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the beta is done, everyone. It is done. Yep, like I said, this is my bad. We should have jumped in and got some more footage earlier on. But yeah, running a few matches earlier, and yeah, I guess we just didn't have it on the stream yet. So I was like, okay, stream it a little bit, but live and learn. Anyways, got some save matches here. Overall, Crash Team Rumble, great game, very fun. I would say, especially if you love the Crash gameplay style of formula. So if you're sitting here and you're wondering whether you should be, looking into this game, you've heard things here and there, you don't know what to think yet, but I would definitely say, by all means, definitely, if you're interested in the Crash gameplay formula, this is worth your time, I would say, for sure. It's a great experience. A lot of the characters transfer and play one-to-one with what they really played as in-game. So if you remember Crash 4, and you had a good time with Crash or Cortex or Tana, Coco, they generally play very close to what they already have, given a few extra moves in, say, the case of Coco or Tana, so to speak, with the uppercuts. But for the most part, they all played like as if they were just extracted right out of Crash 4 and put into a competitive environment where the moves and frame data were, maybe a little more balanced out. Definitely some things I think that need to be improved. People who go AFK. We complained about it a lot during the first time that happened with another user who was just there for match upon match, and I was just disappointed to see that. Like, not just the fact that it was with us and our team when they were AFK, but like we came back like 3 or 4 hours later, right? And
yeah.
We even saw them still on the opposite team this side, ruining the match for them. And as you can see here, there was one more. They just showed right there. Let's rewind that right here. We have one more. Right here. Don't mean to call you out, but again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the second time we had someone on a separate day, but still, same occurrence. Someone who just showed up and stayed in the starting gate the whole match. And yeah, not really a pleasant experience when that happens, because it's definitely, we've seen it's not impossible, but it's definitely very difficult to run a team that has no fourth party member actively doing something. But in general, it's a fun experience. You can take note from a lot of different arena battle games. It's similar to that in the sense that the concept is the same, but it has a lot of micro features that are in a match that are managed. Like, for example, we're watching Cortex right now. Cortex is the boost type or character alongside Coco, and their job is to secure platforms and to grab relics on the field. Now, with that being the case, their special perk is one that they generally have abilities and tricks that they can use on the field that are a little bit stronger in covering platforms while they're standing on the gems. Such in the case of Cortex's piano drop, which makes a big explosion, does lots of damage, and knocks all targets off of a gem when you drop it near them. So definitely a good thing.
I don't mean to interrupt. I gotta step up for a little bit.
No, that's fine. Go for it.
Right.
Another thing that they are good at is relic collecting. Like I said, relics is another key component when it comes to characters who are in the boost category. Boost characters, I don't know if I can rewind it here. There are some spots on the field where if you're grabbing a relic as a boost character, you actually are going to be getting additional relics. So you see, everyone else, every other character is going to be finding one relic at a time when they come across them. Whereas you as the boost character will sometimes come across these double relics in the field as you go across. So like, let's see if I find one here somewhere. Should be something popping up somewhere. Let me see. You normally see them like single relics, just like this, when you're looking around the field. But for the most part, your job as a boost character is to unlock things around the field. Those little pads on the ground that have different traits and different skills that you can give to your party members, such as here it's the iron ball, right? And you can unlock those by giving relics and using those to unlock the space, or you can do things different to every specific field, like lock down barriers here to prevent teams from getting into your scoring area. You could also throw in I think I saw one back there. Let me see. See where I got an idea what the double relic is. Okay, it's right there in the back. Might be hard to see, but right there, top left corner, in the background there, by the pad at the farthest there on screen. On your left, there's a double relic you can see right there. I'm sure early on in the match there were a few. There we go. There we go. See how it just converted to double relic right there? I'm about to grab it. Right here. There you go. Double relics right there. Boost types, they do get double relics, so that's one way that they are able to help with their specific job type. Instead of how normal characters are able to grab one relic at a time, a boost character can oftentimes get an opportunity to pick up a double relic, which it doesn't appear as that for the other characters. Only the boost character gets that opportunity. Makes it easier for them to unlock spots. Your job primarily as boost is to unlock spots on the field so that the teammates you have can either take advantage of additional powers, or you can lend them a special strength or trait that they'll be able to use through the course of the match, or that might come in handy, like the Oxide laser in the canyon, or Uga Uga mask at the Tiki Tower. You'd be able to unlock that for them a lot quicker because of the fact that you're grabbing relics a lot more quickly than that. So I would definitely say when it comes down to it, boost type, they're a fun type. I don't get me wrong, it's not my favorite in the game, but I definitely think that it's up there. It's one of my favorites because they are really good at supporting the team. And yeah, they can do everything from capture gems. They can hold down spots too sometimes. Cortex surprisingly has some decent matchup against characters like Dingodile. If you can get some distance on him, you can throw in some shots and a few of the warp shots that changed him into like a crab or a lizard, and from there Cortex Blaster does a little more damage too. Plus his double dash he has with the headbutt, that does some damage too. It does more damage also when they're in animal form, like a lizard or a crab. But at the same time, it helps in controlling the points. So I mean, being able to take out Dingodile is a big plus because he's a very big tank. A lot of health, a lot of damage, and he likes to harass your scoring point a lot, on top of which also likes to do what he can to make it difficult to capture certain points. So being able to take him down with a Cortex from a distance, definitely really good, and that piano makes it hard for a lot of characters to get in close if you're able to throw that up before they get in too quick to you. But aside from that, I'm getting too much into specifics here. But in general, score types, fun type to play as. On top of relics all the time. They capture gem spots. They use those gem powers to add bonuses to your score. And yeah, just a fun type to play as altogether. I would also say the next job that I'm going to bring up will probably be I'm going to say score type, probably the next one I want to bring up. Score types, that's going to be your Crash and Tana, pretty much. Their main purpose is going to be grabbing crates and Wumpa throughout the field. They hold a lot more Wumpa generally than most of the characters in the cast. They tend to be a little bit stronger at mobility and speed too. Don't get me wrong, a lot of the characters have great mobility. Even Cortex and Coco as boost characters are really mobile, and they've got a lot of good ways to mix up their motion as well. So it's pretty good. Crash and Tana do excel at this also. I've seen both characters in action. I've played both of them. I do enjoy them both. I'm going to definitely say my favorite of the two is Crash, and I really think that a lot of people have been saying Tana is probably the best sport type character, but I'm actually going to go up and say that Crash is probably top tier in the score category as of right now. A lot of people overlooking a lot of the things that he can do, but a lot of good stuff in his kit, so to speak. I'll probably go more into depth when I get the chance at a later time. But the score type, you're going to be grabbing Wumpa. You're going to be running across the field, taking crates, harassing the opponent crates if they're there to try and prevent them from grabbing Wumpas as well. And it's also going to be a lot of a mixed thing, because as a score character, you can help capture gems. I don't think it's the best use of time as a score character, but yeah, you can do gem capture. You can assist with clearing your point as well against Dingodiles who are assaulting the score area. You can also hold down the enemy's point if you need to prevent scoring. Not for a lot, but you can technically be the brute. You could be the essential, like, 15 to 10 seconds needed for a Dingodile who just got, destroyed to spawn back in and head over to the point while you cover his absence. So definitely it's a good thing. Score types, essential for sure. Definitely a fun type to play as. It's one of my favorites actually. And I would say the next we can cover would probably be the block type. We only have one as of right now, so that's Dingodile, right? So Dingo, fun to play as because you get to be very aggressive. You're going in on enemies. You're going to be attacking a lot. Your main job as Dingodile is usually, I want to say his job is the job of timekeeper, so to speak. It's an interesting way to put it, but Dingo will buy you time in the sense that he can get enemies off your point. He can help you protect gems once they're being captured. He can do things such as hold down the enemy point to give more time to a match that is headed in your opponent's favor, because in a lot of cases you could be down to the wire, and if your Dingo knows how to go in and stay on the point, maybe with a fridge, and he knows how to keep himself mobile, how to keep enemies from standing on the point, he could be the essential piece to being able to buy you that a few extra seconds worth of time that'll win the match. So yeah, Dingo is all about time. He can earn more time for your team by covering the enemy's point, preventing score, or he can buy more time for you in the sense he can help you capture points quicker, which will also lead to faster scoring. Not to mention, he can clear out enemies on your point pretty quickly too, allowing all the score types and the boost types to come back and make a quick score on their point when they're having difficulty. So he definitely, I would say, has the role of timekeeper in a way, for sure. But yeah, it's a fun experience, especially if you're more aggressive and you like to go in and attack characters. Dingo all the way. That's the boost type. Can't wait to see what other characters are going to be appearing and what types they're going to be. I know we've got a few others that have been confirmed already. I've heard talk about Ripto and Spyro, right? We've heard those videos, right? Heard talk about well, it's obvious. We know Brio's showing up at some point. We've got Cat Bat also being in there, or Bat Cat. One of the, but they're going to be showing up too, and it's a bit early to speculate on what they're going to do, what they're going to be. I'm on the record already in a prior video saying I think that Rio may actually be a block type. I'm not sure because if he's going to be using that monster form that he has, maybe it's going to be one of his specials where he can transform for a brief time and like he'll strike random enemies around him, and if someone gets grabbed, he can throw him like they did in the trailer. I don't know, but yeah, I could definitely see him possibly being a block type, or maybe he's also I don't think I could see him as a score type. I want to say either block or bonus. I'm definitely leaning more towards block type. Catbat, I feel is going to be more of a score character. That character looks like they're going to be more mobile and may have a few extra jumps, a few extra ways to get around the field. So I definitely would say probably more of a score character. Yeah, hoping that they add a whole bunch of other characters. I'd like to see maybe some tiny. I know it's much to think Rillaroo, but that would be fun, right? But yeah, definitely, it's looking good. The type systems are fun. I would say if anything needs a little more balancing, perhaps Dingo needs a little less health, possibly, because I think that might be some. Or another thing possibly is reduce the amount of damage that his vacuum can do to other players while they are trying to run away, because as it stands, the vacuum's a little OP because it also has a speed debuff, which makes it harder for them to run away. Granted, a Crash or a Tana will still have no problem getting out because Tana gets out quickly. Crash has a lot of jumps and slide mobility that puts him both in the air and on the ground at quick speed, so it's going to be hard for Dingo to catch that, but yeah, I would say a little bit of rebalancing may be needed on his end in particular, but otherwise, for the most part, the characters are pretty good. They're pretty balanced. They all have their own abilities that they contribute to in terms of the types that they are, and they also have different counterplay and different things they can do that may help them, lean into other types as well and other roles that they normally aren't designed for. So it's cool because they're able to break away from what they're initially meant to do. They don't have to necessarily remain a boost type the whole time. They don't have to be a score type the entire game either. They can diverge from their specified job and still manage to be a great contribution to the team in doing so. It just some of them definitely have more strengths branching into other locations than they do in certain ones on the opposite side. So definitely something I'd cover more in detail at a later point. It was a fun playthrough having it this time. Can't wait till the new release comes out. It's going to be good. I'm thinking it's going to be good. Definitely will cover it some more when it actually drops and we get to actually experience the full thing. But yeah, for the time being, that's going to be all that we got so far as Crash Team Rumble. And look forward to some more videos. I'm going to be going more in depth with some of the characters and some of the footage that we were able to capture so far. So there was some off-stream footage that we got. I'm going to be using some of that. I'm making some more detailed information about this. Keep an eye out on our channel, Do Brothers Entertainment. We're going to be posting a detailed guide about the types, what they do, how they function, just in case maybe you dropped off this live stream, or maybe I'm moving a little too fast as of right now. I'm going to be doing a video that'll be explaining the types a little bit more in depth, how they function, what they do, what their roles are, what they can also lean into if they need to lean into any other categories, and which of the other two they're stronger in when they lean into. So I'll be going over a little bit of that. I'll be going over the characters as well, maybe a bit of a review of what their strengths are, who their good matches are, how I feel they apply, and what type they specifically lean more towards. That'll work out better. Maybe help develop some competitive gameplay, a little bit more for when the game actually drops. So we can start building the meta early, right? But yeah, definitely, it's a great game. It's competitive. It's good fun. And if you're coming in here wanting a solid platformer experience, you want a competitive experience, or you want a Crash experience in general, or for that matter, you're even looking for some type of arena-esque gameplay with cooperation in it, this is great. It's not the kind of game where you need to have mics to play, because there is a help button on the R1.
throw down a beacon for your teammates and let them know, hey, defend our points, or come attack the enemy point, or we need you on the jam. And it is really have to specify. As long as you're throwing down the help button when you're near one of those things, the game's kind of already pre-specified. So if you're near a gem pad and you throw down help, it's gonna send a help message, send an hey, some yeah. If you send a help message when you're near the actual scoreboard, yours, send a message to help them defend. And if you're going to throw down a message when you're over on the enemy's edge, you could also throw down a message that lets them know to help prevent them from scoring. So, I mean, I've seen that. I don't know if I have to recheck the footage, but I mean, the help system's great. It's efficient. It helps all the entire team's attention to a specific point. And since the points are pretty clear and pretty specified as to what they are, you'll just be able to look at the beacon on the map and be able to see that, oh, okay, that's a gem pad. We need to see that your own point. It's like, oh, that means we may have a green goal, attacking on the spot. We need to take care of that. Or we might see a bunch of teammates in the beacon on the enemy side. Like, they're almost about to win the match. Let's help hold them off a little bit, maybe by one or two of our stewards and kind of get gaps and say, wow, they're over here trying to defend their spot to get their last shot. And there's been a lot of close matches, like the one we just saw here, where, it came down to that. It's doing a little bit of defense at the very end, or towards the middle, by just enough time for the spare guys on the team to make it to do something called touchdown. So, I mean, it's a lot of strategy. It's a surprising amount of platforming, mobility, and space knowledge as well. But in general, it's a fun experience, even if it's 3 maps that you drive. I really enjoyed what we did. First and foremost, going to be playing a lot of it here, both on and off the stream, perfect. And it's about to be better for now. It's a short one since that we a bit early, but we had a good amount of time on the stage. I think good option after where we got really good with so I guess thanks for coming by, Rockstars. All you still up. Remember, we love you. We want to send you all the good that is going to be work, the road supply, what they can do, and what they can support, what they might not be too good. And it does specify depending on characters. So, in fact, we have, after I've done a video on our type, multiple games and things, so you can have a video on Trap versus I'm going to do the first one. I'm going to do a breakdown of Trap, how to play competitively, their strengths, what its weaknesses, and what roles best at, and which roles can actually be forced to get for different things. But you do get to look at them further down, yeah? I just thought of some and yeah, keep it fun for you. We'll just see some other things, different games that you have when they're on sale. But that's going to cover it for Crash Team Rumble. Great experience. My friend here's Crash, my favorite band. It's great players, but it looks like you're going to be the winner. You'll be out soon. If you're on the road for the Crash fan, as an arena battle fan, as a strategist, or as a multiplayer fan, this game is definitely going to be reversed in, I think, all those categories. It's a fun time. It's a great Crash experience.
Three, two, Your team puts Wumpa on the board. Enemy team boosted. Your team boosted. Healing fridge ready. Enemy team boosted. Uka Uka available. Your team boost expired. Enemy team boost expired. Bombardment available. Enemy team boosted. Your team boosted. Ally bombardment. Ally Uka Uka.
We'll need a helivac for that one.
Enemy team boosted. Your team boost expired. Halfway to defeat. Healing fridge ready. Ally bombardment. Enemy team boost expired. Healing fridge ready. Enemy team boosted. Your team boosted. Enemy Uka Uka. Ally bombardment. Ally bombardment. Healing fridge ready. Nearing defeat. Enemy team boost expired. Your team boost expired.